Alright, so I'm looking at the machine. It does appear to be a 3-axis automatic. It's kind of a simple control. Basically, you're controlling them, and this turns on the down feed. This says move at the end of the stroke of the in and out. The only thing I'm not seeing is any way to control it with anything more than you only get 1/10 per action. So every time it gets to the end of the travel, it's only going to go down 1/10. So I'll let you see that in a second. It's going to go one division, and that division seems to be 1/10. So you don't get a selection of 2/10, 3/10. You only get 1/10. So it does seem to work, but you get 1/10 is the only increment that does work. So as you can see, it's getting there. I'm going to run this until we see that it actually okay. And it's a little touchy as far as slow. It doesn't reverse all the time. And so I'm a little concerned with the speed thing, and it might just be another thing where it just hasn't run in a long time, and it just needs run. I just slowed it down and it's working now. But we're getting down to almost our 0 mark, so I'm going to give it a sec. The amount of feed does seem to work. Right now it's turned up pretty high. You can see I just turned that way down, and she's moving a lot less on the cross feed. So that dial, I'm going to turn it up now. You can see it's turning up. So that does seem to be working. We're just about ready to do our kickoff. I'm going to say on the next cycle it's going to kick off, and we're going to make sure that this and I don't know if it's got a dwell function. We're going to find that out. Alright, so now it's on our stop. We're on 0, and it might just sit here and continue and not move. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. I think I don't think it's got a logic circuit, so I think it's just going to sit here and continue to go back and forth but not advance. Alright, so we're changing directions. The automatic feed light is out now. Okay, so that's what it does. So the only way you're going to know if you're running another machine, you look over and see that blue light's off, that you know that you're at part 0. The spindle does sound okay. Here's the spindle running. So the spindle sounds good. I don't hear any reason to fret about that. So at this point here, the only thing that I see that concerns me is the you can only move at 1/10 increments, and that it when you slow her down, she tends to kind of jam up. That concerns me a little bit. Yeah, she just doesn't like the lower speed. Again, could all be tied to it just hasn't been run for a while. But all that seems to work. I'm going to take her back off to 0 again. Now she's off of 0. Hit the start button, and we're going to see she should start kicking at the end. It should start. She's going to move again. It's real easy to set. It's real easy to run as far as that goes. So I just think it has a couple of things, and again, I think part of it is it hasn't been run for a while. And another thing I just noticed, got a permanent magnet, and it's not a fine pole. So you probably want to get a fine pole. This is a Kent. It is a Kent, and I'll see if I can get a picture of a model number.